My name is Noelle Larson, and I am originally from Hanover, Massachusetts. I heard about Heart Change through my friend Jordan Lenhoff, who was Heart Change's worship team drummer at the time, and I was looking for a church. This was my second year at Berklee College of Music, and this was the fall of 2007, and I asked Jordan if I could come with him to the church that I knew he was going to, and he said, well, actually I can't be there this weekend, but could you fill in for me? Could you play drums for me that weekend? So I said sure, and jumped right into it, and since then I started out on the worship team, and that was my introduction to Heart Change Fellowship. I chose Heart Change as my church mostly because it seemed to me to be the place that I didn't really know I was looking for, but wanted to be here. I felt that God had a lot for me to do here. I wouldn't have come here by choice because it was a small church, and I initially wasn't looking for a small church. But one thing led to another, and God put me in what was probably the smallest church in the city at that time. And my first travel to Heart Change, I was being driven there by Pastor Jua, who really has a way with people. He knew how to talk to me and get me engaged and talking about what my passions are, what I see myself doing, what my vision for ministry is, and things like that. So I really felt welcomed and wanted and useful here. I felt like God had given me gifts that could be put to use in this sect of the body.
My name is Noelle Werner, and I'm from Whitewater, Wisconsin. I'm about to be Noelle Larson. Yeah. I had heard about Heart Change through my friend and roommate, Anna Bajero. And we had just moved in together. It was Sunday, maybe even the next day, and Anna said, "Oh, buddy, Lisa Fazenbaker invited me to church. You should come too." And I said, "Yeah, that sounds great." So that's how I heard. We got on the number 1 bus, and I've been sticking around ever since. In the year preceding when I found Heart Change, I had tried a couple of different congregations, and some big, some small, and some in the morning, some later in the day. And I didn't really feel like I'd found a family yet. It's really important to me that I not just walk in and walk out, but I wanted to have relationships with people. And as soon as I started coming to Heart Change, I realized that that was very possible here, and that the pastors preached the word, and that worship was just really alive, and that it was a place where I could grow and develop in my relationship with God as well as in relationships with other people.
Well, we are getting married on October 20th in Whitewater, Wisconsin, where Noelle's from. And Noelle will be moving from Boston to Wisconsin in September. I will be moving out there in October to get ready for the wedding. And after we're married, we will be living in Whitewater for the foreseeable future.
Mm-hmm. I still have to do an internship to complete my degree, but we have no idea where that will be right now. So it might be Wisconsin, it might be Massachusetts, it really might be anywhere. So, trusting God for guiding in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else is coming up?
Well, good question. We are waiting expectantly to see what the Lord leads us into. We have done a lot of dreaming and vision casting for our future family, which we don't foresee happening in the immediate future, but whenever God chooses to bless us with arrows in our quiver, we will be ready to receive them and love them as the children and blessings that God has made them to be. We've also talked about how we see ourselves teaming up as ministry partners. We both are very people-oriented person. We're really good with one-on-one conversations, with draw drawing things out of people, getting them to talk about their dreams and where they see themselves going in the future, how they see themselves moving and acting and living as the body of Christ.
So maybe some youth ministry. We'll see about that. But that's all we know for now. So heart change. Let's try again. Heart change really blessed us in the process of our engagement. Even before we got engaged, we just had really great support through the pastors and just other friends in the church. Just being able to talk to other married couples and just a lot of support there. But as soon as we did get engaged, started meeting up with the Masons for dinner, and we've continued to drop in on the Parkers. We've both been meeting up with them, just one-on-one for some good lunch and fellowshipping during the week.
Right. I think one of the strengths that Heart Change has is that in the body of Christians that are here, there are people on all ends of the relational spectrum that we have recently progressed through, from singleness to dating relationship to engaged, and then into married short-term, married with kids, and then married long-term. Yeah. And all those people have been and continue to be readily accessible to us. Yeah. People that we can bring our questions to, and that can give insight into what to expect when we're married, how we're going to be working together ministry-wise, working together to build a family, how to pray with each other, how to put one another first. Yeah.
We've talked about a lot of these things in our premarital counseling with the Robinsons, which has been very frequent. It's really, I think we started back in May, and we still have a couple more sessions to go. Right. So it's been very comprehensive and very helpful for us over the period of time to continue to develop our relationship with them and also with each other.
Right. And even all throughout our relationship, all phases of it, it's been a blessing to be united under the same teaching. Because we both went to Heart Change before we were dating, and all throughout our dating and now engaged relationship, we've been in and amongst the same people, the same environments of worship, and we've been able to talk with each other and really kind of pursue our knowledge and relationship with God together at the same church, under the same teaching.
And even served together on the kids' team. Just been an adventure.
Yes, very much so.